Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Dr. Aaron. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Today we are going to talk about something that is a very complex topic, and we're going to do our absolute best to digest it down into more easily understood chunks. Digest is kind of funny because we are talking about nutrition. Last week I made a video about keto, and as I made the video, I realized that if you don't study nutrition, if you don't pay attention to the terminology and how different foods work and things, that whole video meant nothing. So I decided I wanted to do a class. I thought Wellness Wednesday, what a better time to talk about things that help you, that play an accompanying role in an overall healthy lifestyle. So nutrition is a huge one, but nutrition is very difficult, and nutrition is also something that has different opposing ideas from every which direction, and it gets very confusing. So we are going to start today by just going over what is your food? What is food and what happens? All right, let's go. So food. Food is a combination of a multitude of different things called micronutrients and macronutrients. Micronutrients are vitamins, they're minerals, they are those small things that we're looking for and we're trying to make sure we get enough of in every day. Macronutrients are the big things that food are made of. And the ones that get discussed quite often are protein, fat, and carbohydrates. Okay, so micro, vitamins, minerals, etc. Macro, fat, protein, carbs. Okay, protein is the macronutrient that we use most to build muscle. Protein gets broken down into something called an amino acid. And the amino acids are what our body uses to build that tissue. Now, it has a very high effect on your overall metabolism, because the more muscle we have, the more energy our body uses, and the more metabolism we have, or the more calories that we burn. Most of our proteins that we get come from animal tissue. We get some from nuts and certain seeds. We also get some from different vegetables. And then also dairy. Dairy is pretty good in protein. Carbohydrates are basically sugar. And that's what our body uses for energy, short-term energy. And those carbohydrates can be broken down into a few different subgroups, where we're talking like simple carbs or complex carbs, and those are things that we need to get into in a whole separate video all by itself. But basically, what we have to understand is that carbohydrates are the sugar that we ingest, and that's what our body is using for energy right this second. Finally, there's fats. Fats are a longer-term source of energy, but they're also very important for protecting our cells, protecting our organs, increasing our body heat, as well as being a precursor to hormones. Very important for our hormone production, which are like the chemicals that our body uses to control everything. And then when you talk about fats, there's also multiple different kinds of those as well. You have saturated, you have polyunsaturated, you have monounsaturated, you got trans fats, you got all of these different things, and those are all going to be a video by themselves. All right, that's going to be the end of the intro to nutrition video. That's what it is. We're going to do little chunks, a couple minutes at a time every week, so we start to understand these things a lot better. What I want to do is, first off, say this is what we're going to do. In the next coming weeks, we're going to talk about the intricacies of fats, the intricacies of carbohydrates, and what the heck is going on with protein. That way you understand those three things so well that when maybe you come across something in pop culture or somebody says, you should try this low carbohydrate diet, you know exactly what that means and what's happening to your body. Once we get through that and we have a good understanding of how or what those different building blocks do, then we'll talk about how does your body turn food into those things? How does it utilize those things? And then what does manipulating the amounts of those through different diets and different ways of eating, what does that do to your body, and how does that potentially help you or hurt you? So that's going to be the focus of Wellness Wednesday for the next few weeks, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow on Thoughtful Thursday.